Hi, I'm Danielle Winters, and this is Tylen Tatum, my assistant. We are going to be analyzing an underhand volleyball serve, but we don't have a volleyball, so we're using this toilet paper roll. Just kind of pretend it's a ball, because we don't have a ball. And yeah, we're going to be analyzing it on both the right and left sides of the body. It's going to be in 4 phases: the stance, preparation, action, and follow-through phases. Then it will be in relation to the shoulder girdle, shoulder joint, hip joint, and knee joints. And for each action, I'm going to give you a primary mover muscle and the type of contraction it's doing. So here we go. Stance phase, please. Okay, so as you can see here, both of her right and left arms at the shoulder girdle are protracting forward, in which she is using the serratus anterior on both sides to isometrically contract. Also on both sides here, at the shoulder joints, she is flexing and she's using the anterior deltoids to isometrically contract as well. Okay, then we move down to the hip joint over here at the right side. She is flexing the leg forward, so at the hip joint, she is flexing and she is using the iliacus to isometrically contract. On the left side, her leg is backwards, so she's extending at the hip joint and she's using the semitendinous muscle to isometrically contract. Then at both the right and left knees, she is flexing slightly on both of them, so she is using the biceps femoruses to isometrically contract on both sides. And then she will move to the preparation phase. As you can see, she brought her right arm back and she moved her left leg forward. And now her shoulder girdle has came back, so it is protracting back, and she is using the rhomboids as a concentric contraction to do so. Also at the shoulder joint, she's now extending back and she's using the latissimus dorsi to concentrically contract there. Over here on the left side, she has not moved her shoulder joint or her shoulder girdle. So at the shoulder girdle, she is still protracting and using the serratus anterior to isometrically contract. And at the shoulder joint, she is using the anterior deltoid, in which she is also isometrically contracting. Over here at the right hip, she is extending her leg back. And she's using this semitendinous muscle to concentrically contract. Then over here at the left hip, she has brought the leg forward, so she's flexing the left hip, and she is using the iliacus to eccentrically contract. Then over here at the right knee, she has decreased the angle a little bit, so she has flexed the knees, so that means she's using the biceps femoris to concentrate. She is eccentrically contracting, sorry about that. Okay, and over here at the left knee, she has now extended her knee out, so she is using the rectus femoris to concentrically contract. And then she moves to the action phase. So she starts to shift her weight forward and brings her right arm forward. So she has brought the shoulder girdle forward and she is now protracting it. And she is using the serratus anterior to concentrically contract. At the shoulder joint, she is now flexing her arm forward. So she is using the anterior deltoid to also concentrically contract. Over here on the left side, she's still not moved her arm at all, so at the shoulder girdle, she is protracting her arm and she is using the serratus anterior to still isometrically contract, and she's using the shoulder joint to flex her arm forward, in which she is using the anterior deltoid to isometrically contract. Down here at the hip, she has, on the right side, extended her hip even farther back, in which she is using the semitendinous muscle to concentrically contract. On the left side, she has brought her leg forward even further, so now she is flexing even more on the left hip, and she is using the iliacus to eccentrically contract. Then over here on the right side at the knee, you can see how it is compared to the last phase. It is extended or has increased the angle, therefore it is extending, and she is using the rectus femoris to concentrically contract, in which also on the left side she is also has now started to extend the knee even more, in which she is using the rectus femoris to concentrically contract. And then she will move to the next phase. As you can see, this is where the ball had been hit, and the arm went up even further over here and over here. On the left side, she brought her left arm down. Okay. So then over here on the right shoulder girdle, she's protracted her shoulder girdle even farther. So she's using the serratus anterior to concentrically contract. Then at the shoulder joint, she is flexing forward, and she's using the anterior deltoid to concentrically contract. Then over here on the left side, since her arm has came down, she has retracted the shoulder girdle, in which she is now using the rhomboids to concentrically contract, and she has extended the arm down, so she is now extended the arm down, so she's used the latissimus dorsi to concentrically contract. Okay. Now over here at the left hip, right hip, she has now pushed herself, her leg, her knee, she is now pushed further forward with her legs, but her right leg is still extending, so she is at the hip joint extending, and she is now using the semitendinous muscle to concentrically contract. And over here, she is also extending. No, I mean on this side, I'm sorry, she is now flexing. No.
I'll go back.
Okay.
So we start out like this.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the right side is extended, and the left side is flexed forward. So at the left hip, she is extended forward, and she is using the semitendinous muscle to concentrically contract, compared to on the right side, where she has her leg flexed back, and it is using the iliacus to eccentrically contract. So on the right side, she is concentrically contracting. On the left side, over here on the right side, she's eccentrically contracting. Over here on the right side, she's concentrically contracting. And then at her knees, at both of her knees, she has extended both of them. So now they are both extended at the knee joint. And on both sides, she's using the rectus femoris to concentrically contract. And that is it for you.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the underhand volleyball serve.